Hi, I'm Bob Hartig of Stormhorn.com, and I brought you here with me to beautiful Gun Lake, Michigan, which is a lovely place in the outdoors, to talk a little bit about an unusual scale called the Augmented scale. And I'll start by just giving you a little sense of what the scale sounds like so you can get it in your ears. I've written a number of articles in Stormhorn.com, in my blog, on the Augmented scale. You can find them by doing a search at Stormhorn.com, and you'll find both discussions of the scale and a number of exercises to familiarize yourself, to help you familiarize yourself with the scale. But there are a few different ways of conceiving of the scale. The easiest way probably is to think of two augmented triads a half step apart from each other. Say a B augmented triad and a C augmented triad. If you take the notes in each triad and scrunch them together linearly, you will wind up with a C augmented scale. Another way of thinking of the scale is to think of a single augmented triad that you approach with the neighboring notes, the lower neighbors in each triad tone. For instance, a C augmented triad, you would think of approaching the notes C, E, G sharp, three notes in that triad. You would think of approaching the C with a B, you think of approaching the E with a D sharp, and you'd think of approaching the G sharp with a G. And that would also give you an augmented scale. Now, of course, you're starting the scale on leading tones, and in reality, the scale in each instance that I've described, both ways of conceiving of it, would start on the note C. So, but here is how you would think of approaching the scale tones with the half-step approach, the leading tone approach. Now, the scale, of course, as I said, doesn't start on the leading tone. That would sound like this. But it starts instead on the note above that leading tone. There are more ways to think of the scale. It has a number of unique features about it. It contains both augmented triads inside of it, and it also contains major triads in it. 3 major triads, 6 augmented triads, and the scale itself is a symmetrical scale. So it functions in 3 different keys, or in reality is keyless. It doesn't really have a parent key per se. Now, there is more about this in the blogs, so if you'll go to Stormhorn.com and do a search on augmented scales, you'll find out a lot more. Right now, I'm just going to play a little bit on the augmented scale, and once again, let you get an earful and a little bit more involved earful. I'm just going to improvise here.